Greetings. It's Fancy, the founder and publisher and editor-in-chief of SwagHer magazine, and um, I'm going live in spite of how I look right now because I was like, I set out to do something. I left my job to do this, and I just feel like, hey, if this is part of the journey, then y'all just gonna have to go along with me on it because I don't feel like hiding. Like I had stuff to do, I had plans. So I would like to continue with those plans. And one of those things was to do my SwagHer daily news briefs. Um, I just thought it was something that I've always wanted to like share news across our platform, like in real time. Um, and we don't always get to do that because, we don't really have a budget to have people write in real time. So this is my way of us being able to do that. So first off, in culture news, Coco Golf says she ain't having it, and says she ain't sorry, and we're not here for it. Two-time Grand Slam champion Coco Gauff posted an 8-minute video responding to a wave of online criticism about her natural 4C hair after her Muy Muy campaign dropped. Gauff says she deleted TikTok and Twitter for a month, only to return and find thousands of negative comments about her appearance. She made clear she would not apologize. I don't blame her, and stating she wore her hair in a natural bun and intentionally to protect it from damage and encouraged every young Black girl watching to do the same. The conversation tapped into something bigger, the Crown Act, which would prohibit race-based hair discrimination federally, still has not passed in the United States, leaving millions of Black workers with no legal protection. The Crown is not up for debate. Sources for this article were tennis.com, Yard Barker, and Essence. This week is also Black Maternal Health Week. This year's theme is rooted in justice and joy. And so this is the final stretch of Black Maternal Health Week, April 11th through the 17th. And the conversation is urgent. Now in its 10th year, the week opened with a rally and an annual walk in Atlanta with organizers in cities like DC, LA, Austin, Philly, and Nebraska hosting community baby showers, doula trainings, mental health conferences, and resource fairs. If you're from somewhere where they hosted something, you can always let us know in the comments, or if you have something coming up, whereas they're going to be focusing on Black maternal health this week, you can always leave it in the comments to let people know. North Carolina Governor Josh Stein joined state lawmakers today to mark the week, noting that Black women in North Carolina are nearly twice as likely as white women to die from pregnancy complications. This year's theme, Rooted in Justice and Joy, acknowledges systemic reproductive injustice while calling for a future built on restoration and healing. We deserve both the justice and the joy. Sources for this article are The Griot, WPTF News, and the New York City Health Department. In business news, Black women in food are ascending. The fourth annual Black Women in Food Summit is coming to Washington, D.C., April 23rd through the 25th. I did apply to be a presenter. They didn't get back to me, but I still think this is a great event to attend, and I'm excited about it. This year's theme is Ascend, Together in Purpose in the Face of Change, centering the powerful influence Black women have on the food and beverage industries even amid challenging business climate. Chefs, food justice advocates, culinary entrepreneurs, farmers, and media personalities will all be in the building. If you're in the DC area or know a sister in the food space, this is a room worth being in. Registration is open at blackwomeninfood.org, and the source is the Washington Informer. Um, and they also have an Instagram y'all can check out as well. That's Black Women in Food. And then for workplace news, the polished tax is real. A new piece published today in Essence examines how workplace polish, just to make sure everybody's getting that, standards continue to penalize Black women, with research showing over 20% of Black women have been sent home from work because of their hair, and that chemical straightening products now lead to increased cancer risk can cost hundreds of dollars per session. Meanwhile, cuts to Medicaid in the current federal budget proposal could impact the healthcare workforce. a field that employs one out of every five Black women. The cost of showing up as anything other than ourselves remains real, financially and physically. And I really love how that ended because, oh, sources are Essence and 19th News. So I just, I don't know, those stories stood out to me, but it's funny because those stories also talk about being ourselves. And um, that is something that I am talking about right now. So, or that's how I'm feeling. Um, so yeah, you can check out uh the sources if you like to read more about any of those news stories. And then we, as far as SwagHer Magazine, have some new articles up on the site. Um, I'm trying to think of what all they are right now. Because I'm working on my iPad, it's a little bit different than how I would normally have my setup. But I'm like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I'm waiting on my computer to get back to me since the accident. So, um, what is on there? Something of importance. Oh, we have our interview with Coach Amber Jones of the Bell Collective Birmingham. Deshanta, our online editor, did a really great job interviewing her. It was an interesting interview. I loved Amber's energy, and Deshanta did well. This is her first time, I think, doing one of our interviews. Like, well, doing a recorded interview or just interviewing somebody of status, I guess you would say, with the magazine, like one on one. So I'm very proud of her for how that interview turned out. And it was really good. So it's also on our Instagram and on our YouTube if you'd like to watch the video. And then, of course, if you go to swaggeronline.com, you can also view it there. I mean, you can read about it and then it'll take you to those other two destinations. So you are able to do that. As well as I wanted to let you all know about that we are still hosting our visibility strategy calls. These calls are basically one-on-ones. You complete an intake form, you tell me about your business, your visibility goals, and things along the lines of that. And then what your goals are for quarter two, and I will review them, come up with a plan. You and I have a one-on-one discussion, and you basically go from there. So you're supposed to leave each call, or if you have a call with me, you're supposed to be leaving with 2 to 3 actionable items that you can incorporate right away and not have to, wait months or so on to do. So if anybody is interested in that email that is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, advertise at swagger.net, you can reach out to us there. And again, because I'm seeing people come on and people leave off, I don't know. But I said that I am still doing my broadcast because I actually left my job about 2 weeks ago. Um, Sorry, I'm getting text messages. I need to answer that. But I left my job about 2 weeks ago, and the whole reason for doing so was really to pursue doing my business full time again. Though I am doing work for my brother as well for a little while, but um, really trying to get back to work for myself again. So the fact that I had the accident, it kind of threw things off a lot. Um, but I am trying to continue to be myself because that is what this time for me is supposed to be about. Like, I feel like I was in a season of becoming, and I don't want it to be like the accident cut that short. So, I'm going to continue to do these. I might still be wearing a hat or something. Sometimes the hat might not even be in season. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for my face to heal. But, thank you all for rocking with me. Thank you all for all the prayers and kind of messages and the DMs and the calls and texts. I have really appreciated all of that. It has helped me to remain positive throughout all of this. So I hope I got out everything I supposed to be saying. But thank y'all for tuning in. If you enjoyed the broadcast, if you enjoyed the news segment, if you missed the news segment, it was at the beginning. It's about 5 minutes long, 4 news stories. We're talking about Coco Golf. We're talking about the polish standard in the workplace. We're also talking about what else did we talk about? I'm sorry. Normally I have my other screen open, but again, I'm not on my computer. We talked about Black Maternal Health Week, And yeah, it was actually three news stories. So Black Maternal Health Week, the Polish Act, and Coco Golf. So you all can check those out. And if you have news stories you'd like me to submit, you like to submit to me, then you can always still reach out to us at the advertise at swagger.net email. So peace and blessings. Y'all have a great evening. I can't smile. Unfortunately, it looks really funny. Bye, y'all.